This is Shanti with the Healing Intermission here with your every good thing tip of the week, which is how to fast. Now, I am of the personal belief that if we could get into the habit of fasting at the end of every season, that it would hugely reduce the amount of colds that we get, as well as seasonal allergies and just different types of ailments that seem to pop up when the seasons change. And I think that because our bodies do so much work digesting food. And if you're digesting food and trying to eliminate toxins at the same time, that can be a pretty heavy duty process. And it helps if we just give our bodies a little bit of help, especially with the elimination of toxins. So I just wanted to talk about fasting a little bit because I know that a lot of times for people who don't fast, when they hear of the word fasting or they think of the idea, it's overwhelming, to shift your habit and to deny yourself something that you have been accustomed to taking in is a bit of a mental process, I'll have to admit. And even though I have fasted at various points in my life, it's not always been the easiest journey to take. So I just wanted to talk about some things that have been helpful for me when I have embarked upon a fast. For one, I'm not one of those persons who can say, okay, at the end of the month, I'm going to go on a 30-day fast and I'm not going to eat this or drink that. I've fasted that long before and I've had many successful fasts, but for some reason, fasting tends to work better for me when I allow myself to fall into a fast. And what I mean by that is usually what will happen is my body will start to give me signals, like I might not be as hungry or really think about food that often. Sometimes I can just feel so congested in my body to where I'm like, I just feel gross. Like I don't even really want to eat right now. And usually those have been the ways that I have started my fasts. But for someone who's just starting out, and that is helpful to allow your body to kind of naturally go into it, but just some other things that you can consider when you're wanting to fast. Think about what kind of fast will work for you. Not everything works for everybody. Some people can fast on liquids for 30 days. Some people, if they tried that, they would be really, really ill because it depends upon where you're starting. So if you are someone who has a lot of toxicity already, if you're dealing with different health issues, if you're on medication for them, start slow and start small, And for some people, I would even recommend start with your doctor, especially if you have issues like diabetes or heart issues or anything that has to be monitored closely. It's good to check in with your doctor before you start a fast. But if you don't have any pre-existing conditions, it's still good to start off slow. So one thing that you might consider doing is start decreasing the size of your meals prior to the fast. So like maybe eat smaller meals a few days before you know you're going to fast to kind of prep your body for the fast. Another thing that is really good to do is prepare. Preparation is everything. For whatever type of fast you're going to do. If you're going to do a juice fast, if you're going to do a raw foods fast, or any type of fast that you're intending, it helps to prepare so that when you need to eat, you can, or when you need to take in liquids, whatever it is that you need to do, it's available for you when you need it. Because that, I think, tends to be one of the biggest pitfalls when you're fasting. And one of the things that can knock you off of your fast is not being prepared. Like having a day where you're running errands and you're out in the street and you're doing all this stuff and you realize, oh shoot, I'm hungry, but you don't have anything pre-prepared. It's easy to break a fast at that time because all you're concerned about in that moment is I got to put something in my body. So if you're doing your raw foods, going to the farmer's market, maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday and preparing your food that Sunday for the rest of the week, that can be really, really helpful. If you're juicing, the same thing, buying all your fruits and vegetables on the weekend. Juicing, maybe making enough for a few days. I know it's best if you drink your juice immediately as opposed to having it sit, but you got to do what works for you and make it work the best way that you can. Let me see. The other thing that's really important to do is to be gentle and patient with yourself. Like, fasting is not the time when you want to be stringent and hardcore with yourself, because your body it's healing on a certain level. It's eliminating, it's processing, it's resting, and it's healing. So if for whatever reason you set out to do a fast for a week and maybe you only make it through 3 days, pat yourself on the back and congratulate yourself for those 3 days, because those are 3 more days that you fasted that you wouldn't have, even if you didn't make it to 5. But it's really important. And I talk about this all the time. You got to be on your own team. If nobody else is cheering you on, you have to cheer yourself on. One of the other things that's really important to do when you're fasting is to drink a lot of water, because you're going to be breaking down toxins. You don't want those toxins to continue to circulate throughout the body. So you really, really want to drink as much water as you possibly can. The recommendation again is half of your body weight in ounces. It's no longer 8 glasses a day. Some people need more than 8 glasses a day. And when you're fasting, you could probably even use more than that. More than half of your body weight in ounces, that is. So make sure that you're drinking plenty of water when you're fasting so you can eliminate the toxins. Know that the cravings will pass. When going through a fast or any type of detox, it's common to have, what do they call them? Like detox symptoms, or to go into a detox crisis. And I think you have to kind of like really go in and be fasting for a while, sometimes to hit that detox crisis. But it can manifest in different ways. You can feel very irritable. You can feel moody. You can have a lot of cravings. You can feel a lot of gas or just general discomfort in your body. And it's actually kind of a good sign, because it means that the toxins are beginning to break down. They just feel horrible floating around in your system. So again, drink your water to flush them out. But know that those cravings will pass. Usually I've noticed, like, after about 3 days, the cravings will pass. And then it's kind of like a blissful feeling, like, oh, I feel light and I feel elated. So the other thing that's really, really helpful to do when you're fasting is to supplement. Make sure that you're getting your superfoods, your green foods, your chlorella, your spirulina, your moringa, your wheatgrass, whatever type of superfood that you can get that's going to give you the nutrients that you need, especially if you're doing like a hardcore fast, like just water only. You still have to provide your body with what it needs, so making sure to get those nutrients helps. And also taking a really good B complex. B complex is wonderful when you're going through fast or any type of heavy transitions in your body. As a matter of fact, when I used to work in the mental institutions, especially like the drug and alcohol detox floors, a lot of times the alcoholics were given, as part of their medication regimen, B complex vitamin and vitamin B1, because it kind of helped the body to cope really with all of the changes that were going on, or the changes that will go on as a result of kind of withdrawing from certain substances. So taking that B complex can really help your nerves. That's what it's going to do. Is going to work on your nervous system, so you don't feel so crazy going through this fast. So I hope that this has been helpful. I still would encourage you to do your own research if you're thinking about embarking upon a fast, so that you can make sure that you're doing what's absolutely best for you and your body. So I hope that this was helpful. I know this is probably one of my longest videos that I've done, but I hope that you got something out of it. And above all else, remember to stay well.